Hi everyone! Today I have some really amazing news to share with you. I can't really wait to tell you everything I have going on. First of all, I have my new book out for pre-orders. Started this morning, and if you have been following me for a longer time, you already know that I've been working on a new book since I think it was last February when I signed the new contract for my book, and ever since I've been working on it. And well, I've been really open about working on a book, but I haven't really wanted to tell what the book was about. I will get to that a bit later, but now, since the book is ready for pre-orders, I will post all the links that you need below this video, so you can easily check that out from there. So you'll find the link to my publisher where to get the pre-order. But anyway, the book is called Summer Knits, and like the name tells you, it's all about summer knits. So there are, I think, 23 patterns in the book. All of them are new, some like patterns that I have never released before, and most of them are summer tops, like camisoles and sleeveless tops. There's one vest with buttons on the front as well, and two dresses, one skirt, and then also two little scarves and a bag. And the pre-orders kind of like surprised me. I learned about this the day before yesterday, that today the book will be out for pre-orders, and the procrastinator that I am, I could have made the rubbery pages ready earlier, but I don't know. I don't know why it's always so hard to do things beforehand. It's so much more fun to spend that time knitting than to do something that you're actually supposed to do. So anyway, I was probably knitting something rather than doing the rubbery pages. So I heard on Wednesday that the book is going to go out to pre-order today. So yesterday I spent the whole day setting up all the information on the rubbery pages so that they are ready for you to preview today when the book goes out to pre-orders. And I will also link the rubbery page below this video so you can check out all the patterns. There's all the sizing, the yarn requirements, gauge, everything over there, and also photos. I don't have the book with me yet. Like I said, it's still at the printer. I think it should arrive from there in the first week of May. And I'm super excited to get it into my hands. Of course, I've seen how it looks like since I've done a lot of proofreading during the past 2 months. So I've seen the whole PDF file, how it's going to look like, but it's always so different to look something on the computer screen rather than holding it in your hands. The book is going to be the same size as my previous book, Softly Timeless Knits, and all the paper and cover material and all those are going to be the same as Softly. So in that sense I kind of like know physically how the book is going to look like, although it's still so different to see it in reality than on the computer screen. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, it's called Summer Knits. It wasn't my first name that I thought of. My previous book was called Softly, and then small hyphen, is it called hyphen? Like a line, and then Timeless Knits. So I was thinking about something similar, like some word, and then followed by a summer knit book, or a summer knit book, or summer knits, or something like that. So the summer knits was going to be just the subheading, but I couldn't really come up with with what I wanted the book to be called. And then when I was googling around, I noticed that there actually isn't a book called Summer Knits yet. So I said to my publisher that, is it okay if the book is called only Summer Knits, nothing else? Like, first of all, now anytime somebody goes and Googles Summer Knits, my book is the first to pop up. And also, like, why make things more complicated when you can keep it really simple? So I think Summer Knits is such a good name because you immediately know what the book is about. So it's about summer and knitting. And we went to Rome to take all the photos. I will make a separate video about all the knits very soon. Like I said, I was a bit surprised about this pre-order date, and yesterday I spent the whole day making the Ravelry project pages and Substack texts and everything else, and today I've been doing a lot of administrative stuff regarding the book and sending emails to all the yarn shops that I could think of, telling them that I have a new book coming out. So super busy, and tomorrow we're going to leave for a little family holiday. So tomorrow is Saturday, so on Saturday afternoon we're going to go for 1 week off. I think I really need a holiday. I've been traveling a lot during the past year or so, but not really on like a holiday. It's always for work, so I'm really looking forward to spending time with my little family for 1 week. So after I come back from there, then I will film a separate video for you, and I will show you all the knits that are in the book and talk a bit more about those and yarns and what inspired me to create them and so on. But today I'll just talk a bit about the book and making of it. And like I said, we went to Rome in March, mid-March, to take all the photos. The first book, the Softly, was photographed in Paris, and when we started to talk about the second book, my publisher asked me where I would like to take the photos, and I said immediately that I want to go to Rome because Rome is my favorite city in the world. I've been there so many times, and it has totally stolen my heart. It's like kind of like where I feel I belong. So it was immediately clear to me that I wanted to go to Rome. So when we were going there, I was looking at the weather forecasts, and it was raining every day. Like every day for the whole week, like 5 days we were in Rome. The weather forecast said that it's going to rain, and I was like, no, it's not going to be that bad. Like, it can't really rain like all the time, like just small drizzle every now and then, and that doesn't really matter, it's going to be okay. And when we arrived in Rome that Wednesday, it poured, like totally, all the time, like so much rain. Like I was horrified. And of course, with all the rain, it was also super dark. So the clouds were like really heavy, and there wasn't really any light. And even though we could have gone outside, like let's say the rain stopped for a few minutes and we could go outside and take photos, like all the surfaces were wet and like gleaming, and all the people had like really bright umbrellas and those like disposable raincoats that are super ugly. I know they are really nice when you're traveling, but if they're like in a background of my summer knit photos, then I don't think that's going to be that great, to be honest. So I was horrified. I was like, oh my god, it's raining this much and we're trying to take summer knit photos. Like if it was just like normal sweaters and stuff, then it wouldn't really matter if I was standing there with an umbrella or something like that. But for summer knits, it's going to be horrible. But luckily that was the only day that really rained, and the next day was already better. There comes like these small drizzles of water every now and then. The first day that we took the photos, like Thursday, it was a bit windy. You can see in the book my hair is going everywhere in those photos, but after that the weather was actually really good, and I think we got some really amazing photos. I can't wait for you all to see them. But anyway, like I said, the book is out for pre-orders through my publisher. I know that the shipping costs can be quite high for, like, depending on where you are in the world. The book is going to be at different yarn shops as well. So you might want to check with your local yarn shop. Maybe you can ask them to order the book and then you can get it locally. I know at least there are a lot of places in Canada, and for example the Mercery in Seattle is going to be stocking it, and I will be going to Knit City Montreal in mid-May, and the book, I think the book is going to be there. So they have already ordered it. It just depends. I'm just like keeping my fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly. It should be manageable to get it out of the printer and then ship it to Canada so that it's there for Knit City Montreal. So if you're interested in the book, I think there are a couple of places in Montreal, like Les Carsons, who are going to be stocking it, as well as I think Mayak is going to have it at Knit City Montreal. So yeah, you can get it there. And yeah, now I kind of like lost my train of thought, but I was talking about the shipping costs. So if you feel like those are super high for where you are, just wait a little bit so that the yarn stores can order the book, and then you can go to your local yarn store and buy it from there. Or if they don't stock it yet, then maybe you can ask them to stock it. And also the shipping costs at my publisher's website, they should be so that it doesn't really matter how many books you add, it's always the same amount. So maybe you want to have a couple of friends who also want to get a book, or you can buy my previous book or something like that at the same time, and then the shipping costs, it's not supposed to change, so it's going to be the same. I know there was a glitch on the website today, and they are trying to figure it out. So if for your country where you're living, if it looks like that the shipping costs is going higher when you're adding more books, just wait a bit. My publisher is trying to fix that issue. It shouldn't be like that. It should be the same amount depending on whether you order 1 book or 5 books. Yeah, that's about that. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you order the book through my publisher, this is the Dido tee. So this is a new design that I made this spring, and if you order the Summer Knits book through my publisher, when you get the confirmation email back about your order, there's going to be a little code that you can put on Ravelry, and you will get the Dido tee pattern for free. And that's like a little gift for all the people who are going to pre-order the book. So you're going to get 1 pattern immediately, so you can start knitting even though the book hasn't been published officially yet, and you'll still have to wait for it to come out of the printer, and then it will be shipped to you. But if you already want to start knitting something summary from me today, so then you can already start with the Dido tee. And for everybody else, I will publish the Dido tee as an individual pattern as soon as the book is out of the printer and like available. Not without a pre-order, like immediately, and then I will publish the Dido tee pattern. So I used the Rerum Natura Candide for this one. The colorway is called Nougat, and I'll just show a bit more of it. So it has this lace and a bit of cable here on the front. The back is just in stockinette stitch, and as you can see, there's also a bit of lace on the sleeves. It has the European shoulder construction, but there's also going to be some increases here at the underarm, so it's not so much of a drop shoulder than some patterns might have. And also there are a couple of short rows over here at the sleeve, so that kind of like gives it the feeling of like set-in sleeve, something like between set-in sleeve and a drop shoulder, so it's a bit better fit than your regular drop shoulder. But anyway, the Dido tee. So I think as soon as the book comes out from the printer, it should be the first days of May, like the first week of May, then I will also release this pattern as an individual download. I'll start by showing you a couple of other things that I have been knitting, and then I'll show you some things that I have on my needles. And like I said, I will show you all the summer knit book knits in my next video when I come back from my holiday and before I go to Montreal. I've been in full summer knitting mode lately. I had a couple of things that I needed to finish, like the BB cardigan, the rainy day cardigan. Those patterns are already released. And then you might remember me knitting this sweater. So this is with Lavi and Amy's yarn, and this is a Ponyo and Sucre yarn that I cast it on. I talked about this, I think it was in my January video. So I said that I had a couple of New Year's resolutions. One was to knit more cardigans, the other one was to knit more from my stash, and the third one was to use more color. So this ticks two of the boxes, so more color and a yarn from my stash. So I think I had these yarns in my stash for maybe 4 years without really knowing what to do with them. So then I decided to make this like super simple raglan pullover. So this is the Adele pullover. Just show it to you. And the pattern comes in a few different versions, so you can choose whether you want to make a twisted rib or a regular rib. This one has the twisted rib, and also it has a few neckline options. So this is the folded neck, but you can also do a funnel neck or a full turtleneck. And of course, one option is to do it without the fold, so you could just do a short neck, just work the length that you want and then bind off the stitches. For the best result, I would recommend a sewn tubular bind off or something pretty and stretchy like that. So the Adele pullover, this is also already available on Ravelry, and if you want to get the Adele pattern, I will give you a little discount. So if you use the code Adele20 at Ravelry, then you will get the Adele pattern with a 20% discount, and the code is valid until the end of May. So both on Ravelry as well as in my Shopify shop at sari.com. I will link everything below this video and write the code there as well, so you can just copy paste it either on Ravelry or in my Shopify shop. So that's the Adele pullover. And then I have a couple of these that I finished. These are both being test knitted at the moment. So first up is the sage tea. So this is a very simple V-neck tea that I made. I used the same yarn, it's the Isager 302 last summer for my salt crocan tea, and it was my favorite thing to wear last summer. It was like this perfect olive green. I'm planning to knit the sage tea also in that same colorway because I absolutely love it. It's my favorite color in the world. So this is the colorway. I think it's called Sage. So that's where I got the name for this t-shirt. So it's a really beautiful gray, slightly on the green side of gray, but yeah, it's like this. So I wanted to create something with very minimalistic designs, details, because that's what I want to wear in the summer the most. So this also has the European shoulder construction, and the same way as this tee that I'm wearing, it has a bit of shaping here at the underarm and then short rows here for the sleeve. And there's an I-cord edge over here that you knit while you knit the fronts, and then just join in the front. And the sleeves and the hem are folded, so that makes them sturdy and just keeps with the minimalistic look of this tee. So no extra details for this one. So I already know that this is going to be such a favorite for me. And this is something that I'm packing with me tomorrow when we go for our little holiday. So this is currently being test knitted, and I'm hoping to release the pattern, I think in mid-May, something like that. So not that long anymore. And another design that I have over here, this is the Lucy tee. So I got inspired. I found this really fun stitch pattern on Pinterest, and I wanted to knit something with that, and I really like it because it's actually super simple. So it's just rows of knit and rows of purl, and then a couple of rows of knit and purl here in the mix, and it creates this super fun texture that's really easy to make. And for this one I tried a new construction. So it kind of looks like this one, but it started with the European shoulder construction, and then you pick up stitches along the top of the shoulder, like over here, and then it's kind of like raglan all the way down. So you start increasing for the sleeves and then separate. So that's a really fun new way for me to knit something. So I wanted to pick a textural stitch that is really easy to make, so that you can really focus on the construction and not really on the stitch pattern. And I really like the little pearled detail here at the neckline. I'm super happy about that. So this is called a Lucy tee, and for this one I used this is Sandnes Garn Sunday. I think the colorway was called something like Perfect Purple, something like that. Perfect Lilac something. It's 5012. That's the color code over there. So it's really pretty lavender. And then here's my silk mohair. This is a bit more on the blue side. So this is more purple and this is more like light blue. And it's Gepard Garn Kit Seta, and the colorway is called 414. So this is the combination that I used for this tee, and I really like this bluish cold purple. I think it's going to look super nice when I have a bit more tanned skin. I tend to tan like an olive shade, so I think this is going to be really gorgeous in the summer. I know that mohair in the summer might be a bit too warm for some people, but Finnish summers, like Freudian slip, like Finnish winters, Finnish summer sometimes feels like winter. No, not really. But anyway, it's like Finnish summers can be really cold. It depends on the year. Sometimes it's quite warm, but some years it can be really cold. So I think this is like kind of like perfect for at least the beginning of the summer and the end of the summer. And you can always layer it at this time of the year. So I've been already using it quite a lot with my trench coat. So to lose the tea. And this is also being tested at the moment as we speak. And I think I put a test knitting deadline at the end of May. So the pattern is coming at the end of May. Something like that. Anyway. And one more thing that I have finished that I wanted to show you. This is also currently being test knitted. So this is my little market bag. I'm calling it the flower market bag. And it started here at the top and then worked downwards, and then you knit this double knitted handles. And there's like this with this stitch and lace pattern. Kind of like this 4 cable stitches here in the middle, and this was super fun to make. The circumference is shorter than a summer top, so it felt like it knitted up really fast. So I really like that, and I really like this stitch pattern, so I'm planning to use that for a top or a tee this summer. I think it's super fun. And the yarn that I used for this one, it's the Rerum Natura Antigone, and the colorway is called Macaron, and I just put this out for test knitting. I think it was yesterday. So looking like this. Of course it looks a bit funny now that it's empty, but it looks really nice when I put something in it. Let's just put my knitting project in here so you can see it better when the bottom isn't flat. So, of course you can't see it too low, but anyway, here. So that's how it looks like when there's something in it, and it's a bit more round. So I think it's a better look than it being totally empty. But anyway, of course now I can just move on to my current projects that I have on my needles. I have a couple of sweater projects that I didn't have time to finish before the summer season, so I put them on hold until the end of the summer, and then I'll just pick them up again. For example, I had the mohair version of the Northern Lights pullover, as well as, I don't know if you remember, I started a colorway pullover to like this rose design, so those are going to wait a bit until the end of the summer, and I'll just pick them up. Then again, I think now it's the time for me to make summer knits so that the patterns are ready for you to knit this summer. I don't know if I've been talking about this earlier, but kind of like have to be a bit ahead of the curve all the time. I used to work for a yarn company, and we started making all the summer knits during like Christmas, New Year's the latest, so that everything is ready for summer. So they have to come out in the spring and at latest early summer for people to have time to knit them. And then we started to make all the winter patterns like just after midsummer. I remember coming home, coming to work after midsummer, and there was like a Christmas sock waiting for me on my desk, like, here's yarn for you, can you design a Christmas sock? And I was like, it was just midsummer, I haven't had my summer holiday yet, so it was like I didn't really like that. But anyway, I really like making summer knits, so it's okay for me to make them. But I've noticed that the summer patterns have to come out latest the beginning of July, otherwise it's too late for this season, and the patterns don't really sell that well. It's kind of like the same for winter patterns, like hats and heavy winter stuff. They have to come out in the very first days of January at the latest, otherwise they don't sell. So that's why I put all my kind of like Christmas, well, not Christmas, like, but winter stuff, cold weather stuff on hold for a bit, and I'll just get back to them maybe in August. But this is the Ebba vest. This is one of my favorites at the moment. I made the Ebba pullover last autumn, and I released the pattern in December, and it had a funnel neck. So this one has the similar pattern, but I modified it to have a V-neck. So this is actually a lace pattern. It looks like cables, but it is a lace. I don't know if you can see, but there are little holes over there. And yeah, so this is going to be a V-neck little vest, and I'm using this is Garland from PomPom. It feels a bit warm, but it's 70% cotton, only 30% alpaca, so I think it could be really nice for summer. But I was also thinking about making a second one with maybe Sandnes Garn, so that it's a bit more summer weather appropriate. And I'll also probably be making a tea version of this one, so just add sleeves over here. So this is the Ebba vest, and also this one is currently being test knitted. I will release the pattern also in May. May is going to be such a busy month for me, but anyway, I just have to finish the rest of the body. I'm going to take this with me to my little holiday, so hopefully I will get a bit of knitting done over there. And then I have actually 2 more things to show you. 3 more things. This is just something that I casted on. I wanted to see how the yarn works. This is Albertine from the Rerum Natura. Just cast it on a bit of something, so this is not really a project. It was just to see how it feels like and looks like. It's supposed to be, I think, fingering weight, but it feels more like sport to me, so I wanted to see how it knits up. But let's put that away, so that's not something super interesting. Over here, this is going to be a t-shirt. I was super excited casting it on, and then I have had other things that have kind of like stolen my attention, so it has been left on a bit less focused than it should have. But this is also coming with me to my little holiday, so I'm hoping to get more of this done. I'm making it's like a cable and lace, and then just a stocking stitch here in the middle. And the yarn is it's Rerum Natura Candide. Should have a ball of it somewhere out there. So it's the same yarn that I used for the Dido tee. Over here, just a different colorway. So this colorway is called Sucre. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, I don't speak French. I took German at school. So in Finland, my native tongue is of course Finnish, and then we learn English. And when I was a kid, I also learned Swedish at school, and then I also took German. So I haven't studied French at all. Just a couple of like beginners course, so I can say my name and hello in French, but that's pretty much it. But anyway, that's going to be a t-shirt. I think the fit is going to be something similar to the one that I'm wearing, but it's going to have an all-over pattern rather than this only has the pattern here on the front and stockinette stitch everywhere else. And this is my current favorite project. It's so fun to knit stripes. It feels like it goes really fast. So this the working title is Sea Salt Tea. It might still change, and I'm almost done with it, so I think I will make this black stripe and then maybe just one more white stripe over there at the end, including the ribbing, the same way as I have here on the sleeves. So the ribbing starts mid stripe and continues to the end, so that's my plan for this one. And then I will also add a neckline, so probably a white neckline, just a couple of rows of ribbing to the neck. So this has been so fun to make. This has the same shoulder and sleeve construction as I did for the Lucity that I showed you, the purple one. So you knit the sleeves at the same time as the body, so that way you can really make the stripes match. And for this one I've been using, this is Sandnes Garn Duo. This is the black one, and then this is the off-white. I think the colorway is called Kit. I don't know where I put the skein, it's somewhere over here. But anyway, I'll write the colorway names below this video, so here you can see it. So it's 1099 and Sandnes Garn Duo. It's a DK8 merino cotton mix. So looks like this. Super happy about this. Just thinking about different color combinations that I could use for a second one. But anyway, I think it's going to be sea salt tea, or then I'll come up with another better name. I don't know yet. So the last things I want to show you, just making a little summer top. So this is fingering weight yarn. It's knitting for Olive's Pure Silk, held single, not double, so it's very lightweight and doesn't look much yet. There's going to be an I-cord etching for the neck and the armholes, so then it will prevent the rolling of the shoulder straps, so it's going to look better. And then I'm planning to do a little bit of lace for the hem, so I can't wait to show you what I have in my mind for this one. It's going to be a bit different from, I think, my other summer designs. And for this one I'm using, it's knitting for Olive's Pure Silk, the Creme colorway. So hopefully in my next video I can also show you more of this one. And the last thing, I really like making this bag, so I started a second bag. This is going to be the same size and shape, but I'm using a different lace pattern. So this is the same lace pattern that I used for my solitary bag 2 years ago. Now I'm just going to make the bag into a slightly different shape, so it's going to be the same way as this one. So the bit that I showed you is kind of like this, the start of this one, so it's going to have the same double knitted handles and a round bottom and this colorway. So this is the Rerum Natura Antigone. It's the same yarn that I used for this one, it's just different colorway. So this was the Macaron colorway, and this is fruit dragon, or dragon fruit over there. So I think that was everything that I had for today. Like I said, the Adele pullover has a 20% discount for all you YouTube followers, and that's valid until the end of May, both on Ravelry and Sari.com. And my book Summer Knits is out for pre-orders, and yeah, so many exciting things happening at the moment. And next video I will show you more of the knits that I have in the book, and hopefully I also have the book physically in my hands that I can show it to you. But until then, thanks for watching, and if you like my videos, remember to subscribe to my channel, and yeah, that's it.